Today we're going to talk about the healing power of rituals and routines. The healing power of rituals and routines. Okay? For those who don't know me, my name is Sharon Fant. I'm a registered nurse, and I've worked in healthcare in the medical field for over 38 years. And I'm also the founder of the Holistic Healing Circle, where healing happens. Okay? So before we go too far, I want to kind of give a definition of what a ritual and a routine is, because I know a lot of people may have misconceptions about the word ritual. So now a ritual or a routine is a repetitive, symbolic set of actions performed in a specific order, often associated with religious, cultural, or social significance. So that's what a ritual is. And then a routine is a usual series of things that you do at a particular time, or it's a practice of regularly doing things in a fixed order. So that is a definition of what a ritual is and what a routine is. Because I do know that there are people who have misunderstanding of the word ritual. They can see it in a negative way. But I'm hoping today some of the information that I will share with you will help you to see ritual as a positive thing and as a thing that will help you in your healing journey. Okay? And I'm sure if you really think about it, many of you have rituals and routines that you regularly have on an everyday basis. Now, I know that I do. Now, one ritual or routine that I do is I have a cup of hot tea at night before going to bed. Usually like chamomile tea or mint tea or something like that. One of those teas that kind of help you calm, get calm. So I'll have that and I'll sip on it at night, while I'm in the bed. This is just like a routine or ritual that I have that helps me get prepared, I guess you would say, prepared to go to sleep. So that is one ritual that I have, and I'm sure maybe many of you will have others. Okay? Now, I want to say this about healing. Healing doesn't always happen like a big breakthrough. You know how you see ceremonies or shows on TV that where people get hands laid on them and then they suddenly get healed. Well, not really. That doesn't happen that way all the time. Because healing can take place in little small rituals or little small practices that people have. So your body, when you have these small rituals, you're training your body, because our body likes to have routine and our bodies like to have rhythm. So these little small things that we do on a daily basis can help us start the healing process in many cases. Okay? So when we create, if you don't already have some rituals and already have routines that you do, some of the routines and rituals that you can create, when you create them, like for me, when I have the hot tea at night and I sip on it, before I go to sleep, that routine, just that little small gesture, tells my nervous system that it's safe to heal. So these rituals and routines that we're doing, and I'm going to mention some of them in just a little bit. Some of you go like, oh yeah, I do that. So these little things that you do can start the healing process for you and for your body. So a ritual or routine could be something like having a morning tea. Now, I have my tea at night, but you could have a morning tea. Like the first thing you get up in the morning, you could have tea, your favorite tea, whatever that be. You could have an afternoon tea. And I do know there are people like me that have a bedtime tea. So that is one way that you could start having a ritual or a routine. Writing in your journal. Now, there's a lot of people that have good practice at doing that. Me, I forget a lot of times, so that's not usually. Now, I do like to write, but I don't usually write in a journal. And I've written a couple books myself, so I do like to write. But getting in a routine or a pattern of writing in a journal is very healing. So some people may use that as a ritual. Some people write in their journal at night before they go to bed. So they can kind of like write down all the things that happened that day. So that is actually a healing process. Lighting a candle. So lighting a candle before going to bed. No, not necessarily lighting a candle before going to bed. Let me correct that. It's lighting a candle before meditation. That's what I want to say. Before you meditate, a lot of people have candles in their meditation room or in their little meditation area. They'll light a candle. Or if you have a prayer closet, there are some people who light a candle before they pray. So all of that is like part of the healing process. Now, another thing that some people do as a routine or a ritual that you may not even think of it that way, but it is settling down with a book. You know, like there are some people who love to, like, after you had a hard day at work, there's a lot of people that just love to sit in a chair somewhere and just kind of wind down by reading a book. Some men do it by reading the newspaper. So there is a lot of ritual that can happen in reading. All right. Now, many people also have a mealtime ritual. It's all common, but we do it every day. Many of you, just like me, we pray before we eat. That is a ritual. Praying before you eat. That is a sacred thing. Okay. Then also, there are many people who get up early in the morning and they exercise. Now, exercise is a ritual, especially if you do it on a regular routine basis at a regular routine time. So that is a ritual that is part of healing. Then, what about gratitude? There's a lot of people who every morning they do gratitude affirmations. They say affirmations in the morning and they say affirmations in the evening of gratitude and how grateful they are, for where they are in life. Making your bed. Making your bed in the morning could be a ritual. And it also can be a pattern that you can start that would create healing. Okay, so all of these rituals and routines that I just mentioned, they're designed to help your nervous system know that it is your intention to heal, because you're creating these small practices to start the healing process. Now, what rituals and routines, what healing rituals and routine does is that it offers structure. And many times, just a little bit of structure in your life can start the healing process. Routines and rituals can signal to your body that it's safe, that there's safety here. And especially for us who are, if you're raising children, raising grandchildren, having them have a routine or a set time to go to bed or a set time to eat, all of that plays into the healing process for your grandchildren. It's very powerful. Also, having a routine or a ritual creates sacredness. You're making that thing that you do sacred because you're doing it with intention. You're being present while it's happening. So all of this plays into healing. Now, they don't have healing practices like rituals and routines do not have to be rigid. Don't make them hard. Make it something easy. Make it just, what it does is these small little tiny rituals that we do on a regular basis, that we're doing it probably without even our awareness. These small things is nourishing to your body. It's nourishing to your soul, and it's nourishing to your spirit. So you want to integrate these routines and rituals into your life and into your daily activities. Okay? Now, I want to recommend that you start with just one practice. If you don't already have a practice, you want to find a practice that works for you, and then you want to build from there. Okay? Now, the key is consistency. Consistency is more powerful than intensity. Okay, so you want to be consistent with these rituals and routines that you start creating that will start your healing process. And your rituals don't need to be perfect. They just need to be yours. Something that you're comfortable doing, something that you like to do. You can create that as a ritual and a routine. Okay? So do me a favor. In the comments, put one small healing ritual or routine that you do already every day. Or if you don't have one that you do every day, put one that you plan to do every day. So in the comments, put one small healing ritual or routine that you already do every day that nourishes you and nourishes your soul. Put that in the comments. So, share it with us. So just to end, healing rituals and routines can be a powerful support on your healing journey. Okay, so start looking at ways that you can integrate rituals and routines into your day as part of your healing journey. Okay, so we'll see you next time.